Well, good afternoon. My name's David, and we are going for a drive out in the country. We have to leave Orangeville first. It is -4. It is about 2:30 in the afternoon. On my way to an appointment, and I thought, as I drive through the town of Orangeville, I thought I would start to film, because some of the roads I'm going to be taking are pretty cool, actually, and I thought I'd bring you along for the journey. The problem with driving in the wintertime is my eyeballs dry out because I got to keep the car warm, or I should say the windscreen, but then it's just so hot in here. It's like Africa or Houston or someplace really Caribbean. Or Australia, just like so flippin' hot. Anyways. And then when I slow down, the problem is my windshield is so warm that the snow lands on it, and then it just melts, turns into water. All these technicalities. Just the technicalities. Okay. We're going to drive through a place called Belfountain. It's a ski resort, Caledon ski resort down there. And thought we'd meander our way through some of the neighborhoods. Or I should say, the back road. Man, I have been seeing so many more of these ugly cyber trucks pop up, and I saw one today, and it had the car was all wrapped, so it was, I guess they had some kind of company logo on it or something like that, but man, it just looks so I don't know how people can like them. I mean, each to their own, I understand that, but man, oh man. So I'm just driving westbound on Broadway, which is basically Highway 9. However, when you cross over Highway 10, Highway 9 turns into Broadway, which then turns into Highway 109. So it's not like a provincial highway after that. It's more a municipal highway. So it's just how Ontario they downloaded a number of roads to certain municipalities for them to deal with the maintenance of. This was way back, it's a long time ago. But yeah. So the Orangeville Cemetery is on the right-hand side. The founder, Orange Lawrence, he is in there. And there's a number of people I know who are buried in there as well. this is the west end of Orangeville. Before it continues on to Grand Valley and another town called Arthur. But I am actually going to be making my way left. This is the bypass. This is where all the trucks come through. Snowplows, salters, they're all out right now. It's -6. Well, it says -4 on my phone or on my car. Well, looks like we get to drive behind snow plows and salters. Here, let's do this for content. I'm sure there's a number of my viewers that haven't really been up close to one of these things, but that whole back end, it's full of salt. And you can see that the blade does not go all the way down. They have these like little feet that slide along the road, like, and they kind of go up and down. See the salt coming out the side, and then you can you can see it on the blade, the little foot, the little ski on the foot there. And all the salt that comes out melts this ice and snow, and then the spray that comes on your car, and then your car is covered in salt. It just corrodes the paint, the underneath side of your car. That's why all the cars have this coating on the underneath side of it. It helps with the rust that will eventually happen. Let's drive through this neighborhood. I don't know if you guys are enjoying these drives through all these like little towns or whatnot, but apparently a number of you are loving the driving videos as well as the walking videos, so that's why I'm making both. when I get back to Toronto, there'll be hardly any snow. It's amazing. You just drive a little bit further north and everything just changes. Yonge and Finch, there's hardly anything. Just don't want to spray them. I know some people wouldn't care, but that would not be fun if it happened to me. Whenever I'm in the country, I'm always paying attention for things like that because there's no sidewalks. And if people have to go out and walk their dog, there's really only so many places they can go. And not everybody has enough land to go walk their dog. pulling into a small town called Alton. There's a great golf course here too. Settled in 1820. Oh, the sign's not working today. I can't tell you how many places I visit in a week. There's a place down here called Ray's Bakery. Awesome place to go for a bite to eat. I think there's also a coffee shop on the left-hand corner that I've been to. Forget the name, but I've been in there before as well. Yeah, so Ray's Bakery is that red building kind of right off to my left there. And anyways. And the other coffee shop is Gather, but they're not open. There's a bike shop here as well that we just passed. Cemetery on the right. There's a school, subdivisions on left and right. Alton greenhouses on the right hand side. Now, you know all those condo towers in downtown Toronto that are getting built all the time, right? And all the road construction that goes on. Well, if you ever ask anybody, or have you ever thought about where does all of the concrete come from? Where does the limestone come from to make all of those buildings and stuff? Well, it's up here. It's up in Caledon. It's up in country. It's up in Flamborough, over by Hamilton. It's all in the countryside. Most people don't even give it a second thought. But it comes from places like this. And I say that because there's this application, I believe, to build another one down here at the lights. As you can see, there's a sign right there that says "Say No, Caledon Mega Quarry." So a lot of the residents do not want it. That looks like a new clubhouse that's being... Is that? I think that's a new clubhouse that's being built. Golf course, Osprey Valley on the left-hand side. It's the entrance to get in. So as you can see, a lot more signs start popping up because these people are going to be affected, because down at the lights, that's where the quarry, that's where an application has gone in. You can see on the left-hand side, there's a little sign right here. That talks about what they want to plan on rezoning. This land and this big open field, that's part of the quarry application, but the house in the trees is not. But it's on either side of it. It's going to be big. From my understanding, there's so many things that happen in so many different places. It's hard to kind of keep track of everything that goes on in Ontario. It's such a big place. So this little town that I'm driving through, it's called Cataract. There's an awesome hiking trail in here. It also attaches to what's called the Badlands, and that is an area where erosion has really done its thing in Caledon, and I mean, it looks beautiful. They've got parking there, people can explore the area and whatnot. When the pandemic hit, I believe all these signs, no parking signs, went up everywhere. So now you cannot park on any of these streets in this little village. If you want to head down, you go left right here. And that will take you to some spectacular places to go visit. I wonder if I've got some video of that in the fall time. I should post that out because it's beautiful. Yeah, these are multi-million-dollar properties. They may not look like it, but you go into some of these houses and it's being renovated from top to bottom on the inside. Stunning. So much different types of architecture as well. A lot of people move from Toronto and they move up to Caledon just to kind of get away from the hustle and bustle. This is the Caledon Trailway on the right side. That takes you all the way to Fergus and Elora. And now we get into the hills of Caledon. Should be Mississauga Road coming up on the in front of me. I'm going to go left, which will take me south. Yes, Mississauga Road does come up to Caledon. %% grade. This is the Caledon Ski Main Lodge on the left-hand side. Private ski resort. There it is on the left-hand side. Sometimes you just don't know what's hiding on some of these roads. Unless you actually drive them, you don't know what's going on, what's around. It's great to sometimes head off the beaten path and go down a road you haven't been down before, because you just don't know what you're going to find. It's the West Lodge. So let's go to the Forks of the Credit, shall we? Well, we're in Belfountain anyways. Let's go here. 1825. This area is very popular for people coming from Toronto because there is a conservation area here. Oh look, there we have one of those ugly trucks again. Cyber trucks. Ugh. Belfountain Cafe. But over here on the left-hand side where these cars are, it's called Higher Ground Cafe. And it's a great place. You have a lot of people that hang out here. They go to the, a lot of bikers that come here. There's a lot of tourists that come doing a driving tour coming through the area. It's very popular. We'll let this bus go ahead. It's a very scenic route in the summertime, so you have a lot of people that come through. I know lots of people that come through here. Heck, I do. Anytime I'm up in the area, I always come through as well. It's really nice. And all around this area is multi-million-dollar mansions. Like the Eaton family, Paul and Linda Eaton, right? Eaton's department store type thing when it was around. Yeah, they lived up here, and one of their estates, I think, they had it on the market for, I think, like 28 million at one point. Eventually sold around 5 million. But stunning house. Like, it was a really stunning house. So I'll take you through a little bit more of a scenic part of the area. But we will approach a little hamlet from the other direction now. Yeah, it's always nice to come the opposite direction, just because again it looks a little bit more different. All right. conservation area is just to your right. We'll take the Forks of the Credit Road. Mississauga Road goes left, Forks of the Credit goes right. Don't speed on the road because you'll get nabbed. Some tight turns on the road, but it's just beautiful. So this is the Forks of the Credit. So there was a lot of quarrying that was done back in the day, and there's the old train tracks. It's no longer used anymore. The Bruce Trail passes through this section as well, and again, if you don't know what the Bruce Trail is, it is the longest continuous trail from Niagara on the Lake all the way up to Tobermory in the north on Georgian Bay. Credit River flows along the road here. This is where I am right now. It's just on the other side of the guardrail, you just can't see it. Just over the Credit River. That's somebody's hedge. Somebody's property. And then this takes you to Highway 10. All right. This is going to be the end of the video. Thanks for joining along on the ride, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Until the next one, like I always say, get out and explore.